sir. The decrypted adjutant is back in the lab and ready to go.
Well, old girl, we dug you up on Tarsonis. Were you online during the Zerg attack? Do you remember anything about Arcturus Mengs being involved?
Mengs, Arcturus, ex-Confederate officer, civilian prospector, founder and leader of the Sons of Korhal terrorist group. Status, criminal. Accessing intercepted transmission 0081 to 0086 Alpha.
This is Duke. The emitters are secured and online.
Who authorized the use of psi emitters?
I did, Lieutenant.
What? The Confederates on Antigua were bad enough, but now you're gonna use the Zerg against an entire planet? This is insane!
She's right, man. Think this through.
I have thought it through. Believe me. You all have your orders. Carry them out. I will not be stopped. Not by you, or the Confederates, or the Protoss, or anyone. I will rule this sector, or see it burnt to ashes around me.
Holy... I can't believe it! We can nail Mengs to the wall with this.
Hey everybody, this is EZ, and this is episode 18 of my Starcraft 2 Let's Play. In this episode, we are going to do a kind of interesting mission that I will explain in further detail. But first, let's click on the Protoss tank. All of the containment and reinforced structural integrity theorems I have developed from studying this crystal are starting to, well, crystallize. I think we might be able to contain energies that once required huge machines, or even manufacture structures capable of hot landings from orbital origins with accessible stresses. I'm a sham. I haven't truly learned anything from this crystal. I've just observed the smallest details from it and somehow wrangled a few tidbits from the crystal helped me. I don't understand how the Protoss can possess technology of this magnitude and not rule the known universe. Perhaps they simply don't want to. This last entry in the sample, I figured out where it is putting all its excess energy. It's feeding the Hyperion. Subtlety helping to power the ship, balancing out some of the more ragged systems. It's giving of itself and has been since it got here. Swan is excited the ship is running so well, but he has no idea why, and I'm not going to tell him. Click on the Research Council here, and we can get our very last upgrade. I'm going to choose the Tech Reactor because it combines both the Tech Lab and the Reactor, so you can technically make fixtures 2 Marauders at the same time, 2 Siege Tanks at the same time. The other one is Orbital Strike. You can barrack units arrive by drop pod. They drop barracks around the point. It's decent, but not really worth it. There's on the cutscene earlier. Mengs now is basically screwed because we have proof that he's a terrorist. Go in the cantina here, we can talk to Tychus.
I gotta know, just what was it went down between you and Mengs? Seems you boys were tight once.
I used to think Mengs be a force for change. Fought alongside him right up until Tarsonis. That's where he crossed the line, by using Zerg to murder the whole planet. He left Kerrigan there to die because she called him out on it. Turned out he was just as rotten as the Confederacy ever was.
Damn. You sure know how to pick your friends, Jimmy.
And now we get to click on the newscast.
Emperor, much has been written in regards to the tragic fall of Tarsonis. Toloski's investigative documentary, Imperial Dawn, even claims that you brought down the Confederate system by assuring Tarsonis' fall.
I've heard these conspiracy theories before, but the fact remains. The Zerg invaded Tarsonis en masse, and no force in the universe could have stopped their onslaught. It was a very terrible day.
Toloski's film highlights the seeming convenience of the aliens annihilating a corrupt government that you yourself spent a lifetime trying to overthrow.
Millions died that day, and you speak to me of convenience? Yes, I strove against the evils of the old Confederacy, but never with the object of personal gain. When I was called upon to take up the heavy burden of leadership, I did so only to ensure our continuing survival as a species.
Striking words from the Emperor himself. Up next, Zerglings allergic to lemon juice, old wives' tale, or new super weapon in the fight for humanity.
Okay, folks, now we can go to the armory and we can talk to Swan.
Those goofy mercs are still using vultures, can you believe it? Damn things are death traps, even when you ain't got people shooting at you.
Careful now, Swan. My old vulture saved my skin more times than I care to remember. I ain't gonna listen to you trash talk a classic piece of engineering like that.
Classic? I suppose you can call them that. Of course, most folks like a bike that don't explode on them when the repeller seals freeze up, or the fuel cells start leaking radioactive waste. But hey, who cares if it's a classic, right?
No one likes a smart-ass, Swan.
Except you. And click on the spider mines here. See, spider mines belong to a very small category of technology that came from old Earth and survived the crash of the supercarriers. Terran Marines are famously mistrustful of the spider mines. IFF sensors. Check out the armory console here, and look in vehicles. You can get, for the Vikings, you can get Cerberus mines, which increase the blast and trigger radius by 33%. Or you can get replenishable mines, which is very good actually, but I'm not going to get either one because I'm not going to plan on using Spider-Man's Vikings anymore in this campaign. And Horner has nothing new to say.
If Mirahan calls, I'm just busy.
Click on the star map here. And we are actually going to go to Valhalla. No, we're not. We're going to Corridor 8.
Seems your Queen of Blades figured out who's been paying us to snatch up all them artifacts. Mobius's head honcho, Dr. Narud, claims the Zerg are attacking his main research campus on Tirador. He can't evacuate his people until all their artifact research is safe.
This is the mission we're going to do, actually. It's interesting.
Commander Rayner, thank the stars you've come. You had a sterling reputation as a marshal many years ago, and I know you'll do your best to help us.
Yeah, well, that was all a long time ago, Doctor. Looks like you got one heck of a Zerg problem here. Where do you need us?
We're ready to evacuate, but none of the teams I sent to purge the Foundation data cores have reported back. I need you to destroy those cores before the Queen of Blades finds them and discovers the coordinates of the remaining artifacts. The fate of the entire sector could hang in the balance.
Class 12 psi pattern detected. Recommend extreme caution.
Kerrigan. All right then, Doc. Our timetable's shorter than we thought. We gotta move.
Alright, folks. This mission is the Mobius Factor. Our mission is to kill 3 data cores. We do get a unit, the Medvac, but I'm not going to be using that because I did get the Hercules earlier. And the Hercules can hold, I believe, 30 or 40 units. I'm not positive. That's just Marines or medics. When you take siege and stuff, it takes up more space. So it's actually worth more than the Medevac is. I'm going to have medics to heal my units, but I don't need the Medevacs, so we're mobile transports / healers. And in this mission, I'll also introduce the new building. We got the Psi Emitter, or the Psi Disruptor. That will slow down the Zergs. That will make this mission a lot easier. Because if they can't attack our base, then we have it in the bag. They will attack our base. They will send some decent amount of army to attack our base, but I'm going to attack with ground forces. I'm not going to attack with air forces. I'll just use the drops. And like I said, this mission right here to start with is kind of mission like most missions are kind of tricky to start with.
Analysis of the Queen of Blades search pattern complete. Calculating her ETA to the closest data core now.
You can't leave well enough alone, can you, Jim? It was stupid of you to come here.
I don't plan on staying long, darling. But I'll be damned before I let you get hold of those artifacts.
I'm giving you control of our medevacs, Commander. You can use them to transport your men around the city and avoid most of the Zerg.
Ready for dust-off.
The
raiders are here! We're saved!
Now they actually give us some free war pigs in this mission, which is very good. War pigs, if you don't know where, actually kick ass. They are a very good unit to have.
Over here! Up on the roof!
I'm going to make an interesting defense in this mission. For those of you who have played Brood War religiously, you would know what kind of defense I'm making in this mission here. I have about 3 bunkers here with a turret behind it. I'm going to have a side disruptor there too, so it slows them down. This mission is one mission where you will see me get supply blocked all the time, because when we start getting deep into the mission, I always forget about supply depots in this mission. It's this one mission, I don't know why, it's just it always happens in the mission. I'm not going to send any of the war pigs into the bunkers because they're war pigs and they are good and they do not need to go in bunkers. If you put a war pig in a bunker, you're just saying you're wasting one of your best attacking units on nonsense. That's basically all you do is when you send war pigs into bunkers. So I'm not going to do it. I send marines into them only. You can come back here, build me another bunker right in the middle there. Yeah, you build the bunker back more besides it was up front. You want to make this side you need an engineering bay, which I will be building later on. But for the moment, I'm not going to bother to do that. I'm building the engineering bay right now because I have the free SCV over there. You do want to get a lot of SCVs in this mission to mine minerals quickly because you're going to need to move really fast later on. And like I said, you do need an engineering bay to do certain things. I'm also going to build an armory, because I'm making some siege tanks in this mission, so I will put a tech reactor on both of these too. You will see how my attacks actually work. It's hard to explain how I'm going to attack. More you have to just see it to know what I'm talking about. My attacks are going to be kind of precise, let's put it that way. That's the easy way to say it. They're really precise attacks. The bay is done. The first thing you want to do is build the side disruptor. You want to build it right in front of that bunker.
What are you up to, Jim?
You do
I
want to
can
build
sense you're trying to keep something from me.
You do want to build some missile turrets. Those are units you do want to build in this mission. Because the missile turret itself is a very good unit to have. God, I got supply blocked again because I forgot to put supply depots because I'm a noob, I guess. Now you're going to want to build turrets. I'm going to build quite a few turrets, because they will attack you from random sides. They will not attack you from the back. I don't think they attack from back here. They may. If they do, I'm going to be kind of screwed from not putting turrets back there. But you see that little thing dropping down like that? That means that the side disruptor is up. So, yeah. Now I do need more minerals before I can actually start building what I want to build, because I do want to make siege tanks. I'm going to make about 6 siege tanks this mission. That's all you need for siege tanks. The rest can be a marine medic ball. I prefer to do the tanks first. I do need to make a fusion core so I can get that Hercules. A fusion core is also required building if you ever want to build a battle cruiser. So you're going to see how this actually pans out for me. See if I can pull out what I need to pull out, the stops that I need to pull out to win this. We will find out, because this when I do my missions, they're completely unrehearsed. This is not post commentating. This is commentating while I'm actually playing it. So any mistakes I make, I literally make.
We better get to that data core fast, Jimmy. The queen bitch over there is getting awful close.
Now this first part right here isn't too complicated. I mean, yes, they have a corruptor patrolling, but that was a really bad time to attack. But see, they have stuff like sport claws of that. You drop down right here.
Raiders! Raiders! Get us out of here!
What you want to do is you want to focus on the data core. First and foremost, you want to focus on that data core completely. Because if Kerrigan gets it, then you lose the mission. I actually wasn't paying. I should have done this earlier because I wasn't paying attention, which is a mistake on my part. If you're doing this mission, get to the damn core earlier, or you will just lose. You need to get to it earlier.
That's one down. Keep it moving, boys.
After this one,
The Mobius data cores. You won't get the rest of them.
Ah, hell. At least she doesn't know where to find the other cores. We better get to the next one fast.
Now, as soon as I get more supplies, I supply back myself again. See what I mean by supply back myself a lot, guys? I will build our Hercules whenever I do.
Brutalisk. Stedman wanted one of those things to research. Reckon we can oblige him.
Now, the force I have could easily take the Brutalist, but like I said, research points in this don't matter anymore because you don't get much for it.
Sir, you better do something about that Nidus worm before our base gets overrun.
Now, I might lose a Marine, I might not. I'm not expecting to, but, you know, accidents do happen. That Nidus worm you do need to destroy because it will continue to send units into your base. Which was the only reason why I sieged those tanks up. You don't have to, you probably shouldn't. Now that a Hercules I'm building takes up 6 supply and it takes 70 seconds to build, it builds faster than a battlecruiser, which is a plus, a big plus. Don't get me wrong, that's a huge plus to have. But it's faster than a battlecruiser. Now, you don't need a giant ground army. You really don't need a huge army. Actually, I'm going to put whatever can fit in the Hercules I'm going to use. I may need a few medvacs because you never know.
You never could recognize a lost cause, could you, Jim?
I'm dropping mules. I'm going to drop some scans to see like what they have patrolling the area that I need to go into. Because you need to land like. Smart move would be to land up here, kill these spore crawlers, land again, scan and kill these, and drop in their mineral line just to get to the core. That's a smart move, and that's actually what I'm probably planning on doing. There's the Hercules here. It has a rapid drop. Yeah, I'm going to need to make another Hercules because I completely misunderstood the size of a Hercules. You can still carry a lot of guys. Don't get me wrong, you can carry a lot of guys inside Hercules. Now this side disruptor is slowing down the Zerg in this radius, which is very, very good. You have 8.5 minutes here. If you can't kill that data core at 8.5 minutes, you really... And I mean, this is going to sound really bad, but you really need to start working on how you play better. Because there is no way you should ever, and I mean ever, have to worry about that. The thing that I don't like is they don't give you call down supply in single player, but they do give it to you in multiplayer. So if you're playing multiplayer, I'm just doing this so I can get a little bonus objective completed real quick. If I lose the medvac, I don't care. It's only 1 Marine. Now, also, I'm going to get some war pigs too.
Hey, over here!
Nice you drop by. I was running low on ammo.
I'm going to drop down war pigs as soon as... and siege breakers. As soon as I get supply depots.
You're even more desperate than I thought. You can't really believe this plan of yours has even a chance of working.
Now, I am going to lose these guys up here eventually. I will lose them eventually. Now what I'm going to do is, since I set this opening, I'm going to fly up and land right around here. And just drop my guys. I may lose a Hercules in the process, but that doesn't matter. And now that I have that, I can make siege breakers and war pigs. So I'll go inside here. I'm going to send both of my Hercules out at the same time. Kerrigan is killing buildings as she moves, so that's what takes her so long to get to the core.
Hey, man! Could use some help down here!
You know, think about the Hercules, how fast they drop.
We couldn't reach the data cores! Help us out!
That was a misclick fail like no other. I just killed one of my own siege tanks. Now what you want to do, you don't want to make your Marines actually go and attack. You want your Marines basically here for protection, to protect your siege tanks, and to protect the Hercules. That is a Broodlord. That is a very dangerous unit. What you want to do is you want to try to kite it back. If you can kite it back, you have a chance of winning this mission fairly easy. You don't even need to kite that actually. I misclicked and actually lost a super tank. I didn't lose a regular tank, I lost one of my super tanks. Like I said, I could kill the Brutalist, but research points don't mean much to me, so I'm not going to worry about it. Now, that's a Nidus one that just comes to try to stop you from killing the data core for some odd reason.
I've seen through your Dr. Nerude's pathetic charade. I know what the artifacts really are. And they will be mine.
Now, I'm actually just coming in here. I'm going to repair
whatever
the
they are, Kerrigan. I sure as hell ain't letting you have them.
That Queen of Blades really is quite a nuisance, isn't she?
I'm just here to repair the Hercules. Once the Hercules get repaired, I will go after the third one, which actually takes a lot harder. The path to get to it is a lot harder. Notice you cannot kill Kerrigan. If you fly over her, she will just destroy you. You want to scout over here, you see...
Sir, another Nidus worm has emerged close to our base.
You want to land this one about right here. I'm going to use Spartan Company, so I'm just using this one because, why not? The movement of these Hercules is very, very important. In this case, I'm actually going to drop them right here by the Brutalist Den. Just so we can snipe down those guys up there. And snipe the Brutalist, apparently. This is a risky maneuver that I'm about to do. I'm going to drop all these guys right here. It's risky because I may lose a Hercules. I did lose one, but the good thing about a Hercules, if you lose them in the air, you don't actually lose the units that were in the Hercules. They just fall out of the drop pod. They just fall out completely, which is good. It's very good.
Hey, Raiders! Come pick us up!
You do get a bonus objective for rescuing all those guys, but you don't need to. I mean, the army that I have is far more advanced than I need for this mission. Is that all the siege tanks are, all the Marines in here are for is to protect the siege tanks, while the siege tanks do all the destroying. This mission can be very short or very long, depending on how good you truly are at your... how fast you, not how good, but how fast you are. So, if you want to do this mission quickly, move faster. That's all you gotta do. If I place these guys right here, that should be all I need to win the mission. Just need to move them anymore. I'm gonna let them destroy whatever they want, because, hell, if they destroy stuff, it makes it more fun. Now, the Nidus worms do become a nuisance. Nothing too much to worry about. Now, since they do have bandits, I'm going to have them focus fire the core, and that end the mission.
Confirmed. The final data core has been destroyed. We should evacuate immediately.
All right, Doctor. You want to tell me why the Queen of Blades wants these artifacts so damn bad?
She fears their power, just as she fears the Xel'Naga who created them. The Xel'Naga created both the Protoss and the Zerg, Commander. They were the gods of their time.
Alright folks, that does it for mission 18 of my Let's Play. I hope you all enjoyed, and have a good day.